Oh, hey, didn't see you there. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Leo Rydell here from Geekly Goods, and I'm here today to review Becky. But before we dive in, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ding that bell. If you like this content, ding that bell for your boy, and come on back to the channel, guys. I am here today to review Becky. Thank you so much to the Denver Film Festival for allowing me to review and cover this movie. And let's dive into this, guys, because I got some stuff to say about this one. Becky is about the spunky and rebellious title character who tries to reconnect with her father during a weekend getaway at a lakefront house. But the trip soon takes a turn for the worse when convicts on the run, led by the merciless Dominic, suddenly invade the house. This movie stars Kevin James, Lulu Wilson, Joel McHale, and Amanda Brugel. Brugel? Hope I said that right. But let's start out with the good in Becky. What I like about Becky is there are some thrills in this movie. Now, it's kind of set up to where she is defending her family from the bad guys, and once these crooks, these guys on the run, come in to invade their home, she is the only one left outside of the home invasion, so she can kind of freely move around and surprise them and attack them and things like that. So she kind of plays this game with them to lure them away from the family and to try to actually kill them. And that's where some of my problems lie, but I'll get to that a little bit later. I really do like the thrilling aspect of this, you know, having a character who doesn't just sit and take it, but actually does attack and play with the attackers and does take down the enemy. Very much feels like Die Hard, where a character does come in from the outside in and stops buffoons from what they're doing and from their tirade. I do like some of those thrills, and I do like her tactics and how she kind of led some of them out into the lake. But what I didn't like is maybe some of this is a little too far for a little girl to be doing. Like, I was looking forward to her just kind of tricking them, maybe calling the cops, but I'm telling y'all, there are some gruesome things in this movie. I mean, it's violent. Like, there's blood gushing, there's stabs, there's harm done. Like, there's a lot, and I don't want to spoil too far, but some of the stuff with the dogs, like, and some of the violence there, I wasn't too big on. But that was one of the positives, is that there are some thrills, there are some good moments in this movie that kind of get you at the edge of your seat. And there are some scenes where I found myself like cheering Becky on, like, go Becky, go Becky. But at the same time, in the back of my mind, I'm like, this is a kid. Think about how psychologically this would mess somebody up. And that is one of my problems, is that the characters are not explored enough. We are put right into the middle of the story. Becky's on a trip with her father, and her father is dating someone, and it seems kind of weird because Becky does refer to her mom as if her mom had just passed away, like maybe about a year or so. I want to say there was actually a time reference in there that said it was like a year or a couple years, and her dad's already getting married. So it feels a little bit weird, but it's not to say that they didn't have problems before death or anything like that. It was just weird to not really explore too much of the past or too much of these characters besides that. And then you have Kevin James, who plays a villain, and it's a little hard to take seriously sometimes. You know, King of Queens, like, I really just see him in this comedy role most of the time, but he did do a good job this time. And like I said, while sometimes it was hard to take him seriously, he was a pretty good villain. What didn't make sense is, why are these other people just working with him? There really wasn't too much context as to like him and his thugs and his goons, why they want this key so bad and things like that. Like, and I know it was explained, but it just wasn't explored enough to where it made a ton of sense to me. Like, they wanted this key and they wanted to get this key to unlock some kind of box. You know, it was so all over the place that I didn't really know what they were looking for, to be honest. They didn't reference it enough. Like I said, the character is very transparent. Some of the violence is just a little much, which coming from me is a lot because I love my movies like Predator. I mean, I love the action genre. Die Hard, it's my favorite genre. But what's weird here is it's like, okay, it's a little girl doing all these killings, and I understand like self-defense, things like that, but it makes you wonder, is this self-defense or is it revenge? It kind of begs the question of what is the motives of Becky? We don't explore her or her psyche that much, so that was one very big missed opportunity I thought about when watching the movie. We don't get to dive into her mental state. How is she feeling? Why exactly is she doing all this? And certain characters don't end up making it to the end, and it just felt played off to me like it wasn't that important. And that was just weird to me. It was a little off-putting because I felt like this was a major character, but they played off the death in such a minor fashion that it didn't even feel important. So Becky has a couple of good things about it, but a plethora of kind of questionable things. I'm going to have to rate Becky a 6 out of 10. Unfortunately, it has some great thrills and steals and some great scenes that kind of get the adrenaline pumping. It very much reminds you of a thriller. And like I said, it's kind of got that Die Hard aspect to it where you've got the character from the outside attacking the menace on the inside. I did like that aspect of it, but I wasn't a huge fan of the lack of character, lack of writing. The story just didn't feel very expansive. It felt very small and linear and not in a good way. So I gotta unfortunately give Becky a sadly 6 rating. But guys, you let me know your thoughts down in the comments. What did you think of Becky? I know it has been released, so it's part of Redbox Entertainment. I want to say you could actually rent this, but huge thanks to the Denver Film Festival for allowing me the opportunity to check this out and to let you guys know about Becky. So y'all let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and be sure to hit that subscribe button if you like this content, and we will see you next time on Geekly Goods.